welcome to another hot tea with pleasure. It's my birthday.
Hello,
Get busy. Christmas
Christmas
Eve.
Eve.
Yes, birthday girl. I made sure my mom had a Christmas every day after
hmm
that. I'm a gift that kept on giving.
You
But
having a white
anyways,
Christmas?
the big 5-0 girl.
Welcome to the
Thank you.
15.
I'm
Look
50.
at I'm
I'm
feeling it.
50.
Feeling it.
I'm
Oh,
Hillary
okay.
here in Ontario being stupid. What can you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. I mean, we take ourselves way
I'm just
too
here in
seriously.
beautiful island of Barbados. We don't have
Hmm.
snow, but I'm telling you, it's
We are
all
gonna be
tea.
the. Let me tell you something. We're gonna be bad. Let me tell you something. 50 years, 50 will never be the same again with me and Teresa. We're gonna enjoy our 50th. I'm telling you,
Hilarious.
2023 ain't got nothing. No, Mari. I'm gonna try to be as positive as much as possible. It doesn't matter what we're going through. We're gonna be positive. We're gonna do it right. I can't wait to get to Barbados on July 28th of 2023. We will be live in Barbados on the
hmm
Friday. We have Rudy. That's always in our chat. Is going to be on hot tea with pleasures, and we're gonna make
Yes,
sure
he
he's in
will
some hot tea.
be.
Okay. Because he's always giving us trouble. I hope Victor can join us too, because those two sit in the chat and they just go at it and they just want to make us, think outside the box. But it's okay. We got this. Right, Teresa? We got this.
Mm-hmm. We'll, sh-
Okay.
we'll, sh- we'll show them.
Oh, yeah, of course. And we're going to have other
We'll show
people
them.
on the
We
on the
have been
podcast.
showing them.
That's right.
We
Hey,
have been
let me
showing
tell
them.
you, they don't know what they're messing with.
So, what's our disclaimer, Hillary?
Our disclaimer is what we're going to say, we believe. No, I'm joking. This
That's
is
a
not
good
our
one.
information. We're just, giving you back some feedback of what we read online and different things that we do know. Also, I do motivational speaking as well as, I do life coaching and stuff like that. So we're just a little bit of background, but at the same time, a lot of this is what we've read and researched, and it's not our
Mhm.
information all the time, but sometimes it is. We'll let you know the difference. This one is going to be a little bit more of us kind of dissecting what we read and sharing it with you out there in YouTube land. So again, hot teas every Saturday
Good,
at 8
good.
p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 9 o'clock Barbadian time.
We hope you're enjoying the season.
Yes,
We hope you're enjoying the
Christmas.
season.
Yes, again, it's my birthday. Get busy. Ah. Can't believe, man, 50. I feel
So, what's our
blessed.
topic for tonight, Hillary?
Oh, girl, baggage.
Baggage.
I mean, let me get the correct saying because I want to say I like the title. Merry Christmas. Keep your holiday baggage yours to keep, not mine. I don't want
Yours
that in
to
my
keep.
stocking. I don't want your lump of coal. You can keep that.
And as we go through this session, you know what to do with that baggage,
That's right.
no matter what type of baggage it is.
Yeah, and remember, a lot of people think baggage means relationship, intimacy, or whatever, but
Mm-mm.
baggage could be anything at any level. So we're gonna let you know what emotional baggage is. So Teresa, what is emotional baggage?
Hmm. I'm learning about this way of healing from my emotional baggage, so it's important for me to discover what it really is. So
Mm-hmm.
it can be described as pain,
Mm-hmm.
anxiety, sadness, anger, holding on to past emotional problems.
Yeah.
That's what I think it is.
Oh, okay. And
It's
in
a
the
baggage in a relate,
relationship,
and like you said,
yeah.
in relationship, it
Y-
occurs when someone is still experiencing what they call residual emotional
Yeah,
effects
residual, yeah.
past
Mm-hmm.
past past
Yeah.
situations.
Yeah. But at the core,
Oh
remember,
shucks,
emotional
residue.
baggage, yeah, it
Give me
occurs
residue.
because you are not processing or resolving a traumatic relationship from the past. So it could
Mhm.
be anyone, okay? So
Or
sometimes
anything.
it could be emotional baggage that you got from when you're unsolved childhood issues. Other times it could result
hmm
from the more recent adult issues, right?
hmm So how to know this emotional baggage?
Hmm.
If you're struggling with emotional baggage, how will you
Sorry.
notice that? You may know how to identify it. How? Through painful emotions
Mm-hmm.
inside, especially if you're not ready to address them. So you need to get yourself to that point where you can talk about it. Like me and Hillary, we talk about it and we
All the
laugh
time.
about it. So, once we're talking and laughing about it, that's past that.
That's
We're
right.
past that.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm. So you can identify it, be your emotional baggage by taking the moment to pause and acknowledge how you feel.
Mm-hmm. And
Okay,
notice the
perhaps,
flashbacks. Notice the
yep,
flashbacks. Those are very
there's a
important.
flashback from your past, or
Mm-hmm.
and like she said, we always put emotional baggage to former relationships, but it
Mm-hmm.
might be a past experience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you
Yep.
likely have some baggage that you difficulty in identifying or accepting emotions. Maybe you push them aside and you deny that they exist. And
Yep.
all that mounts up and it makes you sad and indeed you're suffering.
And it brings out a lot of fears, especially like deep feelings, fears, anxiety in the mind. You're likely to
Mm-hmm.
suffer emotional baggage. So look up for those kind of key clues. Those are kind of things that you will look for.
Mm-hmm.
And again, managing conflict, how you manage conflict can tell you whether or not you've dealt with your emotional baggage. So
Mm-hmm.
what
Yeah. When
causes
you when you're
emotional
in quiet
baggage?
time.
Huh?
I said when you're in your quiet time when
Oh,
your
I call
mind
it
drifts
toilet.
back to those things.
That's
Mm-hmm.
why I call toilet therapy, people. So let me tell you what
Toilet
toilet therapy
therapy.
is, okay?
Oh
You
Lord,
gotta
let me
listen to
hear
this
this.
one. It works. So what I do,
I can imagine because when you're in the toilet, you just dump everything there. So
you dump
it,
everything,
it fits right in.
right? So what I do is you take a notepad with you or your phone. People take the phone to the toilet and everything, girl. But I hope you wash your hands after COVID.
So
But anyways, I know I'm
on.
no bad. I know I'm bad. Whatever. Your life is too short. So yeah, you take your notepad with you or whatever tool or item for writing with you. And while you're there, all of the things, all of the unsolved things that you haven't done are going to come up for you,
Mhm,
right? You start thinking about them, man, I should have done that. I should write it all down, okay? This is your therapy happening. And these are things you
mhm.
those that should be your bucket list, not all the craziness you come up with in your head after you got off the toilet. And sitting down there is what you that's your bucket list because you haven't finished
Mhm.
it, okay? And then when you get out the toilet, you're not going to remember anything because you're going to be going back into the real world. So what you do, you take that list with you and you try to apply it as time go on. Don't be so hard on yourself and take your time and move through it easily. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is toilet therapy 101. Done.
Hmm.
It works.
Interesting. So when you get it, just leave the dump behind.
Dump behind my notepad. Don't dump it. Take it with you.
You're
Don't
empty
wipe
and you're
yourself
not
with the
gonna
wipe with
feel
a
the
notepad
life.
either.
You just empty yourself and you're not
Yep.
gonna fill the life with positive stuff,
Yep, and then
positive
yep,
vibes.
and you
Great.
dump all your emotional baggage in that toilet as well because you're like, you know what, I'm not going to punish myself for not finishing
Mhm.
something. I'm going to say, you know what, I didn't finish it yet, but I will at some point. So reward yourself for thinking
No.
about it and celebrate the moment and flush the toilet nicely. Make sure you wash your hands on the way out, and you'll be good.
You so we would what would you say the additional cause of emotional baggage?
Well, there's one exact cause of emotional baggage that occurs and various reasons for it. So one cause for emotional baggage, and we all know this one, is childhood trauma, and that's a real thing, people. We tend to minimize what happens to you as a child, but I always like in my workshops every time I have one. I haven't had one in a while, a little while. It's coming back.
Mhm.
Once my health is good, I'll be back doing workshops, but. I'll tell you one thing that I teach there is that when you're born, we're all born with a gift, a gift of what we're passionate about. And it's that one thing that everyone knows you for. Everyone's like, wow, you're so good at that. And what you do is minimize it because it was minimized by some person that you loved already. And so now you've been taught to be ashamed of that. And now you no longer do it. You do it still, of course, because you will never stop doing it, but you don't
Mhm.
celebrate it anymore, right? So
Mhm.
that is actually your passion that you could actually live off of because you'll never work a day in your life if you're doing your passion.
Mhm.
So childhood trauma stops that passion from flowing. And then when you deal with your childhood passion, that passion now is, sorry, childhood trauma, that passion rises to the top and it can
Mhm.
flow you through the motion. And all those speed bumps, they will be bumpy, but you can manage them. And that is the truth. Okay,
Okay.
so childhood trauma,
Well said.
yeah. Yeah, if you research from teenage who experience trauma, it'll tell you that the brain shows they're more reactive to conflict, and they're greater difficulty managing emotional conflict, because we really don't get common sense until we're 25 anyways. You ever had a situation where you're 25, you take the posters down to put the pictures
Hillary
up?
makes me laugh when she says this. We're almost trying to be like 25 onwards.
It's true. Any person tell
Hmm.
me anything before 25, I'm like, I'm gonna see you when you're 25, because of common sense.
You're gonna change your mind.
Yeah, because that's when you go through that, your life. I mean, literally, your brain actually develops at 25. The human brain develops at 25 fully,
Start
right?
to see things differently.
Yeah, you start to see things differently. You start to analyze differently. You start to notice things, and this is one way of carrying emotional baggage, interference with your relationships, because you have unsolved trauma. Intense emotional experiences, such as arguments with a significant other, can be challenging process. So, emotional baggage of the past relationship, girl, is always a possibility. And if you have a
Mhm.
previous relationship that is unhealthy, again, unhealthy, or if your partner has hurt you severely with their actions, you may be carrying emotional baggage into the next relationship. And the poor person has to deal with it, no matter what you do. And let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen out there that are dealing with it, make sure you don't take on their emotional baggage as your own, as though you have done something, and now you're now acting as though you're guilty about something you have no clue about. Okay, you will never know 100% what that emotional baggage is. You'll know what's been told to you, and you'll know what they could have experienced, but you're not going to know 100% what it is. The unsolved pain from that previous relationship can create fear, anxiety with a new relationship, because you're worried about being hurt again, right? So,
Mhm.
what do you think additional causes of emotional baggage could be?
Um, Experience some sort of betrayal.
Mm-hmm. As normally from the parents.
Betrayal. Like if you have, sorry.
It's normally from the poor relationships with the parents.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So, some sort of betrayal when you were younger in your childhood,
Mm-hmm.
with friends, people, person that you had close to you,
Mm-hmm.
and they disappoint you in one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
They had an affair, they were cheating with on a previous partner.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff like that can be some of the other reasons.
And they
But
also say
then,
divorce. Children exposed to divorce,
yes,
Yeah.
especially when the divorce is, when they're young, when they're expecting a lot from the parents, and then they see that sudden change. So
Mm-hmm.
I think that sometimes that's why persons stay in relationships for the children's sake, and then when the children reach a certain age of understanding
Mm-hmm.
and grasping what really went on,
Mm-hmm.
that's then when they start to separate their lives from each other and they
And
get
the
a
thing is,
divorce.
if you don't handle the divorce properly, that's when it affects the child
It
more.
affects the child.
And I'll say this to
You're
people.
fine, right?
uh,
From this podcast, we starting to finish each other's sentences.
because we know we're not getting divorced.
We starting to finish each other's
Well,
sentences.
this is okay.
Like
So
just
perfect.
now.
What you just
Mm-hmm.
said is actually pretty good, because I'll tell you this: because you get divorced, or because the person separated, doesn't mean that the relationship with the children have to end. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to separate the relationship from you and that person, and you and the children. Put the children at the forefront as of the new relationship, because now it's going to be a new relationship where you're just both two people that love these two or one individual, or how many kids you have, working together to make sure that they're okay. Not yourself. You have to figure that out for yourself. The kids did not do anything. They didn't ask to be there. So you don't
Mm-hmm.
need to be doing all kind of drama. Keep your drama to
Mm-hmm.
yourself. So kids can actually go through divorce healthy if each parent has taken accountability,
Mm-hmm.
responsibility, and determined that the children are more important, and that they focus on raising the children is a combined force, and not put what they experience in that relationship on the children. And that's called
That's so
selflessness.
true. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So there are different types of emotional baggage.
Yeah.
I say guilt from
That's
past
number one.
relationships. So sometimes we take baggage from, old relationships and bring
Mm-hmm.
it forward to a new relationship. It
Mm-hmm.
could be cheating. It could be a cheating relationship. It could be a mistreatment
It's
from
always
a
a
former
it's always
partner.
always a place of guilt. Always.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And they carry that into a current relationship. I mean, we have a current the current relationship we are going into might be perfect.
Mm-hmm.
That might be the person that you were looking for, him or her.
Mm-hmm.
But because you are holding on to so much baggage, you end up carrying into the next relationship, and that causes problems. So
Yeah.
that's why it's important to talk things through. Hillary is a life coach. You can ring her, drop her some information on her email, see her information via Instagram, and I am positive you will see results. You will get results. You will see the
I
change.
keep it raw and
So
real.
that's on
But
that one.
not only that
And
too. Not only that too.
mhm,
One thing I also want to do is that most people that are carrying baggage from a previous relationship, and they even if they find the person that they always wanted, they always feel as though they don't deserve the happy relationship. And so
mhm,
they bring that guiltiness and mistakes into the current one and expect it to happen in that one. They're waiting for it to
mhm,
happen so that it can be right. You know?
mhm.
So don't,
That's putting too much pressure. That's putting real pressure on
it's
yourself.
putting a lot of, you don't deserve that kind of pressure. Don't put that on you. You may feel that you don't deserve the happy relationship in the present because of all the
Mhm.
guilty mistakes you did in the past or whatever, but be accountable, accept your past. I always say their flaws
Your
are like
flaws, the asset.
assets. Okay? So see it as that, see it as a lesson learning opportunity and what you went through, and then say, you know what, I don't want to make that same mistake in the current one, so let me check myself and let me tell my
Mhm.
partner, hey, you know what, this is not about you, this is about what I've gone through, this is what I'm dealing with,
Past
and
experiences.
accept it. It's part of you. They fell in love with you. They will at some point understand, but you have to
Mhm.
be open. And I always say, and Teresa, no, communication, right?
I was
Be
about to
honest.
say
I know, as another word.
every
Communicate.
each time. That
Yeah.
is so important in relationships. Communication. You need to
Mm-hmm.
communicate. Get it over there. Communicate with your partner so that you two can resolve any issues you have and have a happy and positive life.
Right.
Do you see my Christmas float?
I know we're Christmassy.
Oh, there it is.
I'm a
I'm looking
Christmassy
at that.
baby.
And you see our
Well, I
hats?
tell
We
you.
have our hats on.
Oh, I know we should have got our hats on, but we done messed with the hair done.
We have our hats on. You
Oh,
see
that's
me?
right.
Hey, we have our hats on. We
Okay, so
have
no,
our green hats on. Maybe we're interchanging something and put red
I think
and something
For New Year's
sparkly.
we'll live it up because that's 2023. We're
Mm-hmm.
both going to be 50 years old, and 2023 the 50s. Let me tell you something. Everybody look 50 look like us. So watch out now.
You remember our last show
Yeah,
with the lady what's her name? Laundry?
laundry, laundry.
And she was complimenting us on her looks. How old did you say we look like?
36, 35.
Oh, there, good. There you go.
Okay.
Moving on. I say no more. Moving on.
Black
Our
on
next
crack.
one is regrets. Our next
Okay,
one is regrets.
regrets. No,
Suppose you
regrets.
make a mistake in
Mm-hmm.
your past relationship,
Mm-hmm.
such as taking your partner for granted, and we tend to do that. Both
Mm-hmm.
male and female, we tend to do that. Take our partner for granted,
Mm-hmm.
or leaving the relationship because we weren't really committed.
Mm.
In that
Uh,
case,
Mm.
you may
Don't let
carry the
her get
baggage
fined now.
into the
Don't let
future.
him or her get fined now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you might be like, oh, you weren't fine. That's why I left you. No, you didn't want to commit.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Commitment. It is
Hmm.
about commitment. Again, communicate with your partner what you want
Right.
and where you're going.
Hmm.
It can cause you to try to overcompensate for a past regret by obsessively avoiding and making the same mistake in the future. We do
Hmm.
not want to carry that extra baggage
Hmm.
from December to January.
No, we're not doing
When
that.
December comes, everybody have these New Year resolutions. Make this one.
Mm.
Make
Don't even
this
make it a resolution. Make
one.
it a life changing commitment. Because when you
Mm-hmm.
make a New Year resolution, girl, please, that's gonna last like week one.
You
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 forgot
drop
it's a
it.
new
You
year
only
already.
have
You're like,
12 days of Christmas. That's
yep,
how that lasts.
that's right. Make it a
That's how
360.
that one lasts. Mm-hmm.
365. There you go. Fear is always the main thing that people fear. People are afraid of getting hurt again, or if
Pretty
it
upsetting.
was a very destructive relationship, like abuse or whatever. People are afraid
Mm-hmm.
of that trust. Like how much can I give, or how much should I do? So fear is perhaps the most common
Oh.
example of emotional baggage that comes to mind. And so if you're ever being that deeply wounded for, as I said, abuse, um, especially with partner abuse or parent abuse, you're most likely to experience some kind of pain again, and that you're very, very fearful. Fear drives a lot of things and make you make a
Yeah.
lot of bad decisions, okay, that you would not make if you were not afraid. So, an attempt to avoid feeling hurt again, you might distance yourself from other people, or even shut yourself off from people, or don't even get involved to get hurt. Might stay alone. I deserve to be alone. You ever heard a person say that? I deserve to be
Mm-hmm.
alone. And no
It's
one
not
deserves to be
true.
alone. You know?
No.
No, that's sad. But
Love is in the air.
it is in the air. It's
Love is
Christmas.
in the air.
Let me tell you
One
something. 50
one
years
more
ago, my mom was
day.
walking down the street and she fell down. There I was. No, I was born accidentally because I was supposed to be born on Valentine's Day, and I was born on Christmas Eve because she fell. I didn't want, I couldn't wait.
I think you appreciate being born on December 24th.
I do. I was bad. Let me tell
Mm,
you what I used to do. Let me
listen,
tell you what I used to do.
listen to me.
Let me tell
This
you what I used to
girl
do.
goes on and
Let me tell you what I
on.
used to do. Because everyone would be like, they're waiting for their
But
birthday. They
then
have,
come to think of it, you're the 24th, I'm the 24th.
I
Another
know,
month from I'm
right?
the 24th.
There you go.
Hmm.
And I was supposed to be
Hmm.
boarding in January, but whatever. Let me tell you something. What I would do is I would take my on Christmas morning. So I have a birthday gift and I have a Christmas gift, right? So what I will do on my birthday, I'll open one gift. I'll drive my brother crazy. Open one gift and leave all my birthday and Christmas gifts for Christmas morning, so that I can say I have more. So
You
Christmas.
did that for when you were little?
Yep, I remember that because I did it. I would take a little, what we call in Barbados, an ice pick, and I would poke a hole to see what's in the best one,
You just couldn't wait.
and I would
Oh
just
my
push
goodness.
back the little hole and leave it. I was like, I don't need those. I'll take the worst one, take it out, and I was like, oh, that was my birthday gift. And tomorrow morning I come down like that's all mine. So I was like, you go first. You have a couple.
You just have a couple.
And then
Okay, the
I would just sit
next.
there and open it slowly. Seize the moment.
You can see that we're having fun. We're closing the
Oh
year
yeah,
in
man. Christmas
December.
is a good time. But you know what? Unfortunately, in North America, especially, we forgot about the whole reason for Christmas, girl. I know, even though
Mm,
it's more a religious space, but it is what it is.
commercial.
It's being commercialized out to death. Let's talk about self criticism.
Summer
This
so
is
they
the
started
biggest
in
one.
October, but that's another thing.
That what?
Self so much so they start Christmas in October from October to get everything out there.
I have a sibling that does that, and she'll start. She started in January, girl. As soon as Christmas is over, we have 300 and something days to go. Can you let us get January
Wait, wait,
out?
wait, back up. She starts in January, counting
As
down for
soon as
Christmas.
Christmas is over, she starts counting down to Christmas again. Yep.
Okay, then self criticism. If you've been a
I love
victim
her.
of past emotional abuse or a parent has rejected you,
Hmm.
you've probably experienced emotional baggage.
Hmm.
How are you going to deal with that? Being made to feel as if you were not good enough can lead you to have highly critical inner voice. And that voice that tells you,
Hmm.
you need to do it again. It's not going to be accepted.
That
Even the
that
other
voice
shit
is
like, oh,
larger,
no,
and
listen.
that voice
Mhm.
is more prominent than any other voice. Okay.
That can crush you.
Hmm.
That can crush you.
Did you know that Dr.
So,
Phil said? I like what he said. He said a child is like a chalkboard. Whatever you put on it is what you're going to get. And so
hmm
that same thing I talked about earlier about passion and about killing a child's passion. So let's give you an example. I'll give you two examples. One, a child is drawing on the wall. You don't go to the child and say, "Don't draw on the wall." No, what you do is you go and you get some chalkboard paint, or you get even a pad, a
Paint that
notepad,
wall.
or whatever, and you say, I see what you're trying to do here. I see that you have a lot of artistic ability. How about you put it on this instead? And every Friday or whatever, let's have a little celebration time where we can actually focus on your art pieces. I really want to see what you've done
Hmm.
at the end of the
And
week.
you can make it a family activity.
Exactly, exactly. You don't
Hmm.
tell the word don't, because now you're killing his passion or her passion. Another thing is that we watch our words and what we say. So I had one person, for example, that was in the audience one time, and I always give this example because it's very, very easy how it can happen. The daughter said to her, "Oh, I want to be a nurse," and she said, "You can't be a nurse. You used to do scrimmage with blood." Right there, you killed it. Right there.
Oh, wow.
I get what she was trying to do by saying, "Oh, maybe this is not the right thing for you because
Hmm.
but you didn't give her the opportunity to prove you wrong, the opportunity to prove herself right, or
I was
give
about
her
to
the
say most of
chance."
herself.
Yeah, exactly. Give her the chance to try it and see,
Hmm.
how it could happen or what it can be or where it can lead to. You never know what could happen, but you just told that child, "No, you can't. I don't
Yeah,
believe in you." All of that, and kids take on guilt so easily, and they self blame so quickly, and you're doing more damage than any person just looking them in the face and
that
saying
is
you're
so
not good
true.
enough. Okay,
That is so
so
true.
watch your words, people.
There's so many athletes out there that wanted to do that started doing stuff from a
Hmm.
child, and the parents took on the task. Look, they work so many different jobs
Hmm.
to get that child's passion. And today, one example is our F1 racer,
Hmm.
Louis Hamilton.
Hmm.
From small, he was go karting, and look where it got him today.
Yeah.
He's in the big leagues. Hmm.
You see,
So don't kill our children's passion,
don't
people. The
kill your
parents.
child's passion. Don't kill your self passion. And that's another thing too when we become parents. Mothers especially. We feel guilty about everything. We go and buy something for ourselves. Oh, I should have done that. No, you should. And the kid is watching. The kid, what was that?
My hand. Sorry.
Yeah, the kid is watching, and and that's another thing is that when you do for yourself and you're really promoting yourself, you're telling your kid it's amazing to be me and it's okay. If I make a mistake, you own it in the moment and say, "Man, mommy just made a mistake," or "Daddy,
Mm.
you're not perfect. Your parents weren't perfect, and you ain't perfect," because there's no such word, anyways. So why even
There you go.
traumatize a kid with that? So stop criticizing yourself. Kids hear it and they're going to repeat it, and they will mock you because that's what they are. Especially if it's the same sex as you, they will mock you to the T. Okay, and you'll start seeing that child do things that you do and go, "Why are you doing that?" Look in the mirror. That's why they're doing it. Okay, so that inner voice that is talking to you, talk back to it and say, "You know what? Not today. Let me take a minute from you and let me focus on me." So some of the things that I tell people to do is write it down. If you have a crisis that you had with your parents, a trauma situation with your parents, write it down. Have a letter. Write a letter to them. You don't have to read it to them. They don't even have to be present. They don't have to be living. It is
Yeah,
for
but it's just
you.
you showing yourself that
It's
you're
for
getting it
you.
off your chest.
Exactly. That's what it is. You got to get rid of it. And one thing I will tell them to do is take it and burn it. Let it go into the air, or you can mail it, or you can put it in a bottle and put it out to sea. Whatever you want to do, just release it. It's time to let it go. Let it go. It wasn't about you in the beginning. At the end of the day, they did what they knew to do at that time. Unfortunately, it wasn't what you needed
Mhm,
in your life. But you can't hold
mhm.
on to it, because if you do, it will destroy you. Right?
Yeah, because there's some things that we will find that our parents will do,
Mm-hmm.
and we question it, is like, why?
Mm-hmm.
But like you said, that's how they dealt with that because
Mm-hmm.
that's the way how they knew.
And how they were raised. Right?
That's what they knew.
Right. And so this can cause you to worry that your partner will leave you when you start criticizing so much. You criticize yourself
Hmm.
and them. because you're inferior. You'll start saying those things to yourself. You'll be like, or
You're
you
not
may
good enough.
sacrifice. Yeah, you might sacrifice yourself and go way out. Do things that you would not normally do. You'll try to please that person. You ever hear of a people pleaser?
Mhm.
Okay, and you might feel you're not worthy or less than or likely. Unless they're like you. Then you start having your narc issues because you're like trying, you're trying to like be Mr. Perfect or Miss Perfect, and they can see right through you because they live with you or they've been with you long enough to realize. And if a person says to you, listen, you don't have to try so hard. I like you for you. Don't start now to criticize. What do you mean, like for me? What is it about?
Accept it. Say thank you. Appreciate it.
Hmm. You
Show
know what I
that
had to learn,
appreciation.
Teresa? I had to learn to say thank you when a person said you're pretty, or I had to say thank you when a person say you're nice, or a person say oh nice smile or something like that. I had a very hard time because I had self-worth issues when I was younger. I had a very hard time saying the word thank you for a compliment, and that's one of the hardest things I had to get over because I had a lot of abuses and stuff like that. I had to really, really, really learn to say thank you. And I remember when I started saying thank you, it
How did you
was
feel?
it was strange at first because I was like,
Mhm.
did anything burn down? you know, I really had to like really check myself, and then I felt okay. I was like, that wasn't too bad. I felt a little vain, you know. Okay, because and then the next time it happened, I said thank you and I smiled. I didn't smile as in like now you can come and talk to me. It was smile like I was proud of myself.
Agree.
It wasn't an
Okay.
invitation. It was just more of wow, I'm proud of myself for not freaking out,
Mm-hmm.
and not having a moment. So that's the thing.
Yeah, acceptance.
Hmm. And one thing that we don't think about, Teresa, think about it. If you have childhood trauma, and now what is the next thing that's going to happen to you? What's going to happen? What's that called?
PTSD.
Yes.
Post traumatic stress
Yep. It's a real
disorder.
thing.
Indeed, it is.
Hmm.
That's another form of emotional baggage.
The very severe
Is
form.
is diagnosed as the mental health condition,
Hmm.
and that leads a person to have flashbacks of a traumatic experience,
Hmm.
such as if they witness violence, is
Hmm.
like people beating on each other. It could be parents, it could be siblings,
Could be
and being
sexual assault.
a victim of sexual assault
Yep. Very much
as
so.
well. So sometimes, or someone who has this level of emotional baggage,
Hmm.
you guys need to get help.
Yep.
You will constantly feel as if they are being threatened and unsafe. So
Yeah.
you need to get help. Someone
Hmm.
who has PSD may perceive their
PTSD.
partner's behavior. PTSD will perceive their partner's
Me
behavior as a threatening within the relationship,
drinking too much of
even
that
if it
eggnog.
is harmless. You need to get help.
Yep, that's
What's
right.
that you said, Hillary? Or
I said, I said you're
this
drinking too
is
much of
the
that
closer.
eggnog.
Listen, do you? I think it's the alcohol talking to Hillary.
Let's get into her.
You didn't have it as yet.
Nope.
I think I think it's the aroma of it, the smell of it coming
It
through
is. I turned
that
50 today.
has Hillary
And I'm breathing.
intoxicated.
Yep.
I'm telling you.
Yep. So what's the five
So,
emotional signs, like signs of emotional baggage that you think that you can have in a relationship?
um, being triggered,
Mm-hmm.
being triggered by anything that reminds you
Mm-hmm.
of that emotional baggage.
Mm-hmm.
It could be what an event.
Mm-hmm.
It could be clothing. It could
The
be
behavior. It could be a song.
your ex.
It could be a song. That's how
It could
quickly
be
it
a
can
song.
happen.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
Anything.
mm-hmm.
Anything that reminds you of that ex. Anything. The smell. A
It could
word.
be a foot.
The name. The name gets you. The name gets you. Like, what you say your name was? Oh, I can't date you. Hmm.
Mm-mm,
Nope.
mm-mm.
Nope. Not dating any one of those. Y'all the same. And what
That
sign
that
are
is
you
so
again?
true.
Oh
That
no.
is so true. That is so
Just think
true.
about it. And then you go for the sign. You go for the sign. What sign are you? Oh, you're a Virgo? Oh,
Mm-mm,
mm-mm.
mm-mm,
Not you.
mm-mm. Error. I'm not
No.
even stepping there. Leave it alone. Oh no.
You run for
And
the
it can
hills.
be so
Meanwhile, the
bad.
person could
The
be a
person
great
could be like,
person.
gosh damn, drop dead person. But from the
I
time they
know.
say, oh, my name is Cutie, or my name is what? Jack. My name is Joe.
Yeah.
Say what?
Mm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
Um,
You
I
got a
think I have
cousin
to
named
go
that
and
too.
get go do something.
God, turn
That
around.
we're laughing,
It's
but
but
that
it's
can be a
real.
trigger.
It's real. It's a
That
trigger.
can be a trigger.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Uh,
We definitely need to drop this emotional baggage.
oh yeah. And then the
Yeah.
codependency. That's another one.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
That's when the person feels responsible for fixing other people.
Mm.
How can you fix someone else you can't fix yourself?
You gotta start. You know what I say about that airplane girl? Put the mask on
Mm,
yourself first. Save
save
you.
yourself first, then save the others.
There you go.
Oh, we
You,
had a lovely year because we keep going back to things and everything ties into each other.
it's
You
true,
notice that?
but because we have to fix. You have to fix yourself first before you can help anybody. Let me tell you something. When I was going through my journey of going from one situation where I wasn't safe for myself, okay, and I had to go
Mm-hmm.
through a lot of hardship. I had to go through a lot of things. I actually went to self-loving and self-worthing and understanding me. And I spent the last 10 years focused on getting better, getting myself better. And everyone was like, oh, why don't you do this? And why? Everybody was telling me what to do. And I ignored everybody equally, respectfully. Thank you for your contribution, but I think I'm going to go with the psychologist on this one. you know? And I read a lot of books and I did a lot of self love. I did a lot of self planning and a lot of acceptance and accountability. And the word
Mm-hmm.
allow became my new best friend. And what the question I always ask myself is now, what have you allowed in any relationship to continue without saying anything?
Mm-hmm.
Right? If you don't say
Mm-hmm.
anything, how can a person know
It's
that?
gonna continue.
There you go. You have to speak
And the
up and
thing
say,
is,
this
we
is not
need to
working for me.
take that time. We
Yeah.
need to take that time
Mm-hmm.
to discuss it, to communicate.
Mm-hmm. You
We
have
need to
to.
take that time.
You have to. And so if you have codependency issues, for example, and you're trying to fix other people, you haven't fixed yourself, we ain't fixing nothing. so codependents will
Mm-hmm.
sacrifice their own needs.
It's just a circle, just a
And
cycle.
they care all about their partner sometimes, and they get even, they get very, very little in return. There's a sign emotional baggage can result in having a poor and unhealthy relationship with the parent when growing up, or you may have low self-esteem due to the having critical or demanding parents, and you feel that the only way you can get some sort of love is by being responsible for your partner's
For your
life.
partners.
And
Mm-hmm.
there's a difference. Let me explain something to you. You can care about a person. You can care about a person
Excuse
without
me.
being codependent. And how you do that is care when care is needed and required. Okay? I believe in requirements, not expectations. Don't expect me to do nothing. I expect myself to stay black and die. That's it. That's it. Okay, so
Listen.
so requirements. I do requirements. So I require things of myself, not of you, of myself. So because if I'm the requiring them of myself, and I'm telling you what I require of myself, and you respect me enough, and I respect you, then when we're around each other, we do each other's requirements. So for example, I'll show you. I require you not to disrespect me because I don't disrespect myself. So when you come around me, you disrespect me. Don't just say hang around. Bye, Felicia. or Felipe. or whatever. you get what I'm saying? I'm not going to stand in the moment and be disrespected. And I will let you know that I felt disrespected by saying it. So I can support some person and say, okay, I don't like the way you're speaking to me. And while you're raising your voice, lower your tone. I can say these things and at the same time not allowing them to disrespect me. I'm still supporting them in that manner by saying, you know what, I'll let you know what you're doing that's affecting me, and at the same time I'm still present. I'm not walking away. We're going to have this conversation because you're not going to do that again, and if you do, Well, there's a problem because I already told you that this is my requirement, my way of talking, and you've determined that you're not going to listen. So if you don't want to listen, that's fine. Me neither. Bye bye. I'm not breaking up the relationship. I'm just not going to stay in the moment with you. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to take a knee. Do like
that time.
That's right. I'm gonna get on that
Yeah.
field like a football player. Take a knee.
No,
And just
the
let you have
next one
that
is
moment
think
and
about
you
your,
figure yourself out, and then we can come back and circle back and have a conversation when you're ready. Okay.
think about your ex constantly.
Oh God.
When you hold on to baggage from a previous relation, that's what happened. You constantly
Mhm.
think about the person, even when you're
Mhm.
supposed to be happy in a new relationship.
And
Your
if
mind
you wear
drifts
the
back
same
to that.
perfume as her or him,
Oh
girl,
God.
watch out now.
Mm-mm. What about this? The same color or the
Oh.
same food? Oh
Mm-mm.
my goodness! Don't go to the same restaurant.
Mm-mm.
Do not go to the same
You
restaurant.
planned this, y'all people.
And then when the hostess sees you, oh, how are you doing? How is
Mm-hmm. Don't lose it on the person. They don't know what's going on in your brain. That's your
No.
brain, your messaging, your voice. You can hear
Mhm.
it. They can't. So why are you including them in the conversation? They didn't create it. You did, and the other person
Mhm.
did. Y'all take that over there, okay?
And that's why you need to get closure
Mm-hmm. And the thing
in your
is
last
like if you
relationship.
if you are honest with your partner and say, you know what, I am still going through it emotionally, and sometimes I might have a little hiccup here and there. Just check me on it. That is so much more healthier than you freaking out on the partner and they are like, "What did I do?
What happened?
What happened? What? I can't buy this perfume. I'm sorry."
Did I miss something?
I know. And then the person always like, what happened in this moment? They have no clue. And if that person's secure in themselves and secure in their self worth, guess what? They will not stay in that moment forever.
Mm-mm.
They'll try to support you, and at one point they'll be like, you know what? I love me just a little bit more. Sorry, like you as a person, but individually for yourself, but not for me. And that's okay.
Mm.
That is okay because you weren't honest enough to say, you know what? I'm not ready, or you weren't honest enough to say that I'm having a moment and it's not about you. And that's okay.
That's what I always say. Communicate, communicate.
Communicate. It's a thing.
Mhm.
Now,
So the next one is
mm-hmm.
controlling behavior.
Oh, girl.
This can lead to a person to become fearful of being hurt
Mm-hmm.
again and again and again, leading to controlling behaviors in a relationship. This may not look like you're trying to control your
Mm-hmm.
partner. You have to talk,
Mm-hmm.
spend time, do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
We
This
need
can
we
lead
need
to
to eradicate this one. We
this
need to
can lead to
eradicate this one.
domestic abuse, people, or
That's where I
death.
was going with this.
Okay.
Did you read my notes, Hillary?
No, I just lived it. That's all.
I think I think we just repeat these things one behind each other.
Yeah,
Like, hey,
we've been through a
this is
lot,
script.
so we have
This is
history and we
script.
know,
Mhm.
we have accepted where we were, where we are, and where we're going to be.
Mhm. And where
Okay.
we're going. And
Mm-hmm.
we
And we're
are
going there,
going. You're
and we
looking
taking
back
you
there.
with us, YouTube.
Mhm.
Whether you want to come or not, you're coming.
Yep.
Okay.
And we should take this time now to say thank you to all those who have viewed us
Mm-hmm.
in the past up to today.
Yeah. Thank you
So
so much
tonight,
for hanging in there. Thank you to
mhm,
Rudy and Victor and Asha, Nicole,
Baby
Nicolette, Baby
Eiffel,
Eiffel, Petra,
Emerson,
Pamerson, like Stephen. There's a
Nicole,
lot of people that has always supported us. John, in Toronto, in Brampton,
Fran.
Ontario. Like, yeah, there's a lot of people that actually do support us. Donna in Pennsylvania, thank you so much. I gotta thank a
Mhm.
lot of people who are behind the scenes, like our action Kobe, Dalton, uh, you know,
Nicolette,
Nicolette.
thank you for coming on
Thank
board.
you
Oh
for
gosh, in
supporting
that short
us.
space of time, you have
I
saved me.
know
It
so
was
much.
late hours working, late
Yeah.
hours training, late
Even
hours
when we
in
weren't, we
school.
were like, we're not doing winter. We want to be fall and spring and summer.
Well,
That.
I'll be summer.
Yeah, I
I'll
love
be
fall.
summer.
you know. So even then, you were like, "Don't worry, we got this." That's how. That's how.
Mhm.
Hey, hey. I. So thank you all, everybody on Instagram, Twitter. Elon Musk, you didn't come through, but it's okay. It's like, who are you? We don't know you. It's okay. um, yeah, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everyone
Facebook,
that, every single person that,
Spotify,
yeah, people that
RSS.
just check in on me to see how I'm doing health wise and everything. Thank you for that. Amanda, thank you so much. Amanda Eiffel, girl. I know I just call your name, but whatever, first and last name. Thank you very much for your calls. She called and check up on
Mm.
me, and people in Barbados that are really supportive are pushing behind Teresa and supporting her down there with her
Hmm.
business as well as just as being a friend and checking up on her podcast. Her, your rifle people. I'm scared of them.
I must say thank you to
Hikers. Yep.
Fran,
Yep.
Yolande. Who else? Oh gosh.
I want to thank my mom. I want to thank
Pam.
both my
Oh,
moms. My
Foxy
mom
Cakes.
that's passed and
We
the
need
mom
to
that's
get
here
some.
for supporting me,
We,
believing in me and everything.
we need to see if we can get some of those cakes from Fussy Cakes when we do our
Ooh.
when we have the reunion.
I have relatives down there that
Mhm.
have restaurants down there. I want some stuff. I want us to
Oh
come on the
yeah.
show, show us how to do some
Some,
stuff.
some do they do patties?
What?
The pastries? Do they do pastries?
Okay.
No, I'm asking, do they do pastries?
Oh
Or
yes,
is
they
it
do
the
pastries.
caterer do
Yes,
food?
they do
Okay.
pastry. Do everything. They do fish, food. I was
Hi
looking at their website.
family.
Hi
Hi
family.
family.
Well, no, this is my first cousin, so he family. So I really
That's why I
wanna.
said hi
What was the name?
family.
I gotta. You see, this is bad. I don't know the name of the restaurant to say it right now, but I'm gonna say Franklin Cots in Barbados. Boy, your food look real good. Check him out. Check him out. Check him out. It's on
Mm,
Instagram. Check him out.
I
But
think we had dropped something on that as well.
yeah, I think so. But we can always drop it in our description after the show and,
Hmm.
where you can find the food. It looks really good. They were supplying food during COVID and everything where people weren't able to get out to the stores and stuff. They had started at their home and
Oh,
then they moved it
really?
out. So they're doing well for themselves and the food looks really good. The pastry looks amazing. Oh my gosh. So we are hoping to get some of that on the show in July 28th in
In July, yeah.
Barbados. Yes, we can't
That'll be
wait.
lovely. I can
2023.
I can be a tester, don't worry.
I'm ready to be
I can
tested for
be
all
a
this.
tester.
There's a restaurant down there. We'll start with a C. Can't wait to
Oh
see
my
it.
goodness. You're not
Riri know what
gonna
I'm
get
talking
the
about.
overtake enemy.
She got up on a whole award show. The first thing I heard, I can't wait, Gal. I'm gonna get me some C.
Oh
That's right.
gosh,
So
you're
yeah,
funny.
let's go control with the control. And so you will feel you need to monitor their actions all the time and make sure that they're not disloyal or whatever. And because whatever they do is going to jeopardize a relationship. Hello, what you're doing is jeopardizing the relationship, and you're
Mm-hmm.
controlling. So you need to stop it. So inconsistent emotions. That's another one.
Mm-hmm.
You want to talk about that?
Emotional baggage from the past relationship, and
Mm-hmm.
it keeps coming back
Mm-hmm.
from past relationships, from past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
We need to drop that baggage like how we say in bars, like hotcakes. You need to leave it
Hot tea
behind.
with pleasures.
No, we ain't dropping hot tea though.
No, we know
So
we dropping tea though.
we ain't dropping hot tea though.
We dropping
Oh,
some tea on
we
you
have
right
someone
now.
that's interested in us sampling their tea.
Oh yes,
So
on the
yep,
28th.
that'll be
Yep.
coming on in July.
Yep.
We have a look. We'll drop that to our social marketer.
Exactly.
Let her handle that for us. So
Yeah,
that'll
because
be interesting.
if you want to advertise your tea on that day, or even I mean, we might even do it during the week or whatever.
Mm,
Just let us know. You can come on. You can talk about your tea. Talk about your processing. It has to be a small business. It has to be natural because that's what we believe in. We do a lot of natural stuff.
mm,
Not 100% now. We're just talking about products that we use. Very natural. And so we want to advocate that. So any small business, we're both entrepreneurs. We're always trying to, boost up females, but males too, you're welcome. Don't think this, we're
mm.
not biased. It's small business entrepreneurs. If you have a tea that you want us to try on the show or that you have developing, you want to talk about it, we are open to have a try and put it out there so you can drop it at H.O.T
Mm,
pleasures with a Z
mm.
at gmail.com. And we will
And
be,
don't wait till June to drop it to us.
yeah,
We're planning ahead to keep ahead. So
I'll be trying your tea. Okay.
yeah.
So So one day, so again, back to the inconsistent emotions. One day you might feel incredibly optimistic about their new relationship. The next day you're like feeling numb and distant. And this can
Mm-hmm.
arise in your emotional baggage and make you feel like you're fearful again, I fear to connect, or even when you're so hung up on
Mm-hmm.
the ex that you
Yes, the
cannot
ex.
appreciate fully the commitment to a new partner, and that person's suffering for what you went through. Okay, so how do we heal it? Let's get to that part. We got like what? We got 10 more minutes left with healing. This is a really interesting topic for us because
Oh,
we've been through the roller coaster and we've come out. We're coming out on the other side where we're loving ourselves and appreciating ourselves. And Landry actually, she's the CEO of the Sickle Cell
because
Association of
Saturday,
Canada
yeah.
and the Awareness of Group of Ontario. And she said, like, what do you guys do? Like, what make you guys look so young? And this, and we laugh at ourselves all the time. All the time. Even when we're going through the hardest moments, we find some kind of comic relief in it. In that, at the end of the day, I got up this morning and I'm not in a box. At the end of the day, there's no one crying over
It's
my,
so true.
my grave. And at the end of the day, I get to try again one more day. And get someone that supports you, believes in your dreams just as much. And I'll tell women out there and men, what your partner wants from you is for you to believe in them just as much as they believe in
Much as
themselves,
from
or even more.
themselves.
Right? They need that support system. They need someone to motivate them, to push them when they don't want to get out of that bed. You help them get out of the bed. It's okay. You're not being codependent. You're being a supportive partner. That's what you're supposed to be doing in a relationship. Not telling them, I know your
Mm-hmm.
ass is lazy. I'm just saying. And I said the ASS, yes. Okay. How we heal?
Hillary, Hillary, Hillary. Healing emotional baggage isn't easy, but there are steps you can take. One approach that you can one approach is you can be helpful in
Mm-hmm.
trying to view the world from a more positive point of view.
Right.
So, if you carry around emotional baggage, you tend to view the world in a negative light.
Always.
You might convince yourself that the world isn't safe and that you're always going to get hurt.
You walk in the room, some person laugh, it's
So,
about you. Just like that.
mm-hmm,
Mm-hmm.
yep, reframing your thoughts to be more positive
Mm-hmm.
can help you and
Yep.
it can heal you.
Yep. It can.
So, you see, all that baggage that we're talking about, we need to
Mm-hmm.
drop that. Drop that for December. Start a new positive thoughts. Like Hillary was saying earlier, get a piece of paper, write down the bad. And when you finish that, get another piece of paper, cover that, and write down the good.
Mm-hmm.
And every time you have that negative thought or those bad memories coming back, look at your positive paper,
Mm-hmm.
find something there to replace that.
What's ironic when you say that is
Replace,
that,
replace, replace.
yeah, I tell my sons, like, they'll say, Mom, how do I know I'm making a good decision or a bad decision? Write down your pros and cons. And if your pros outweigh your cons, it's a good decision. If the
Good
cons outweigh the
decision.
pros, don't try to make it now. Don't try to force it. It should come naturally to you. And if it comes
Mm-hmm.
naturally to you as pros and cons, you can just look and see if it's a bad decision. And if you have a whole bunch of cons and only a few pros, you're not supposed to be
Mm-hmm.
doing that.
There you
And
go. And I
don't
think
try to
we did
justify it. Just go with it.
this thing we call the gut feeling. Whenever
Hmm.
you get a gut feeling about something,
It's
go with
real.
that feeling.
It's real.
Go with that feeling.
It's
Because
real.
whenever you go against your feeling,
Hmm.
you end up getting hurt. Or you end up going something wrong. You end up with regret.
Hmm.
So go with your gut feeling. Think it through.
Yep.
Reframe your thoughts and to be more positive. It can heal and it can help. That is so true.
Hmm.
Another important aspect of letting go of emotional baggage is practicing self care.
Yep.
Self care, self worth, self awareness. When
Hmm.
you take the time to do these things, you enjoy life. You follow a healthy, and Hillary doesn't use to like this word. You follow a
Uh-uh.
healthy diet,
That's a diet. Don't do
healthy
no diet. No,
lifestyle.
no. Life change.
And
I
you
hate that
set
word.
aside the time
So the word
for
die is in there.
physical activity. You even feel your best and your
Hmm.
overall well-being will improve. That is so true.
But
When you
listen, you gotta tell yourself that while you may have been hurt in the
mm,
past, It has made you stronger person, okay? And
Mm.
taught you an important lesson in life. You have to find what that lesson is, though. And whatever you find out what that lesson is, don't repeat it.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And you might also consider relaxing self-care activities, something like going to a yoga class
I go
and coming to
hiking.
get a massage.
I hike. Hmm.
Stress relievers, hiking, massage, sea bathing, riding,
See, I
all
should
those
just throw
things that
that in there. Sea bathing, like we can all go to the beach. Wrong. We go
don't
lakes.
worry. July is gonna be so here. July is gonna be so here.
We
But
go to the
you
lake.
have the
Turns the
lakes. You can go
beach.
to the lake. You can go to the lake.
Depends on which lake it is, girl. That what some of the lakes you're like, wow, this could be a beach, but then there's some of the lakes you're like, yeah, don't smell right. That's not a beach, it's a lake.
Okay. We reserve a spot for you.
Okay.
Where's your favorite place? Should I say it in Barbados?
In Barbados, my favorite beach. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
say East Coast is probably when I really know that one in
Your
Barbados.
favorite place, your favorite spot, Bathsheba.
Oh,
Your
Bathsheba.
favorite beach because you don't bathe much at Bathsheba
No, it's
unless you're into
beautiful though.
surfing.
That's where I love over there. It's so beautiful and peaceful and calm.
Yeah, you hear
And
the waves crashing
And that's
against
not,
the
you know what
rock and the
me and my
smell
dog
of the
do?
sea.
Everybody out there that have a dog, listen to me and listen to me clearly, okay? Especially if you have like one of those hyper dogs. My dog is not hyper, it's very calm and she thinks she's the best thing that ever happened to me. But, anyways,
Listen, Hillary dog doesn't bark. Hillary dog
doesn't
only
bark.
barks.
Doesn't bark.
Hillary dog only
It-
only
For
barks when
pizza.
it hears one voice.
Yep. That's it, me.
Hear one voice, and Hillary dog. No, not you. Not you.
You mean the pizza guy?
No, he bites. She bites him.
She
Nicolette.
doesn't bite anybody. She's like, my teeth are not going on any people. You guys are not worth my time.
Mm, you see,
Okay.
Hillary doesn't have a dog. She's
I know, I
gonna
have a
go that way.
person. I have a person. But let me tell
I
you,
heard that dog bark once,
yeah, who's that?
and that bark at Nicolette.
Oh yeah, because she was excited to see
Yeah.
Nicolette. She hasn't seen her in a while.
Mhm.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you something. Um, One thing that me and my dog do is I turn on rain sounds. Okay? I'm
Don't play with
telling
that
you,
music.
I don't
Don't
care
play with
where
that
she is in the
music.
house, and I turn that on.
But this is the
She comes
thing.
and goes to sleep within 2 minutes, gone until the next morning when I
When
turn it off.
when your dog is ready to sleep, we could be on the computer doing stuff. Hillary dog comes up to her. No barking, no yelping,
Nope.
no groaning,
Nope.
nothing. Just to chill why got me
Yeah, hit
got
me on
me
my leg,
swagging in my
hit the
seat.
leg, hit a leg, hit a leg, hit a leg, and then look at me like,
And then look at it, I was like, wait, what is really happening here?
she is like, I'm ready to go to bed, girl. You wrap that up
And when the
real quick.
rain music goes on, and this is
Gone.
the story I get people. When the rain
Hmm.
music goes on, dogs snore.
My dog is
I
snoring.
have
I'm
learned
sleeping. We're
that
done.
dogs snore.
Hmm.
Hillary dogs snores.
Yep. She snores.
Okay? What's
It
what's her
works.
name?
So, Cassidy from California.
What I'm gonna do, right? I'm gonna record some rain songs.
Hmm.
Actually live rain songs. And I'm gonna send them
I
to you.
said it
I'm
to
gonna
her.
try and see if we can get
Yeah,
at least 5 minutes of rain music.
that's what we have. We have the
And so
rain
you listen
sounds
to
going
that.
off, and I just turn it on, and she goes to sleep, and she's
But you
good.
need actual rain
It's
sounds.
actual rain.
Not
It's actual rain, like
you
actual.
need live. Okay, let me put it this way: you need live baby
I've
rain.
done that. Okay, we do have rain in Canada. I've done that, and
We
she
don't
goes to
need
sleep.
Canadian rain. She needs to get some of that news,
You're
that
right.
rain. Come me saying she needs to get some of this rain music, the
Hmm.
actual rain music, or get a cuss. Would you be traveling with your dog?
I don't
Would you
know.
be
I'm thinking
bringing?
about it. I'm thinking
Okay
about
then.
it because I don't want to leave her in a hotel, so I don't know. She's very calming. I got her when I was going through the most difficult time of my life, and she
Mhm.
really came to me.
I
And
think that's why she doesn't bark.
she comes right now. She came to
Is she
me.
really?
She heard her name. She's like, "Did you say rain? Are we going to bed?"
Is she there next to you?
I can hear her walking. Cassidy, come here. Cassidy.
Show the viewers your dog.
Sure, it was my dog. Don't be stealing my dog now. Cassidy, come here. Come here. She got her fur coat on, her fur dress. Cassidy, come here. Come here. Let me try to lift you up. My hand is I got my hand cast.
Careful with your
Ah,
hand.
yeah, I got my hand cast, so I can't. There she is.
Yes, Cindy, look at her. You
Yeah.
see,
Hi,
look at
hi,
her. She's
baby. She's
giving
like,
hugs.
I heard you said rain. I heard you said rain. See how
She's
she
giving
is?
hugs. Let's
Yeah.
see that too.
She is very
You see
like,
the
okay,
other side of
I'm
the
a
too.
celebrity now, people. I took her down to Niagara Falls one time. People were taking pictures of her. She went to Miami on South Beach.
Mhm.
People were taking pictures of this dog like she was a celeb.
I tell you.
Yeah, let's get back to this. Let's finish this off and wrap it up. You know, one thing that
What was the next one?
no, let's finish off
Finally.
the relaxing segment piece first
Mm-hmm.
because one thing that I learned during my, coming out of my emotional baggage and dealing with that is I had to find myself and I had to find what makes me calm. And I realized that I love nature more than I ever thought I did. I loved it from my grandpa was a farmer, right? So I knew I love nature and I had pet pig, whatever, and a pet lamb.
Don't worry. We have someone here that had a pet pig.
Yeah, I used to walk around, put lipstick on Elsie, my little Elsie and everything. But I
Oh,
love nature.
I don't think you did that.
I
I
did
don't
do
think
that.
you did
I did
that.
that. Did that. And
Arnold.
I did. I love trees. I love looking at trees and admiring them. Then I had experience, dealing with the Anishinaabe community, and one thing that was told to me is that the trees tell you everything. It tells you when it's going to rain and when it's going to be sunny or whatever. And I fell in love with trees. I love trees. I love
Mm-hmm.
looking at them and touching them and feeling their emotional side and the energy that comes from them. So I started to appreciate the nature, and in appreciating the nature, I learned how to hike. And that's why I love hiking. And I find the most calming thing to do is to hike. I love the challenge of it. I love the emotional connections I have with nature. I see all these different things. I appreciate the snakes and the spiders and everything that's around me. And I just am at peace when I hike. And I might even do a
What?
read, girl. My read up there, you know. So that's my
Okay.
calm. And working out. I love working out. I do.
I was about to say.
I love it. I got a full gym in COVID. I didn't even pay for half of it. But anyways, that's my calm. That's how I found myself. I found
My
my
calm is
love.
the beach.
Is what?
My calm is going to the beach.
Yeah. Yes, I know. You love going to that
My calm
beach.
is going to the
I
beach.
know. You like running in the sand too. Yeah, that's right. I like to see that. She sent me pictures of her writing in the sand. That's awesome. But you have to find what really works for you and what makes you feel at
Mm-hmm.
peace and loving yourself. And it's all about you in that moment. And don't be apologetic if you want to spend time with yourself. It's okay. You should be able to be alone and not feel like you're alone, like you're lonely. If you're alone, take the time to appreciate you, everything that
And
is you.
reflect on you.
Yep, I've done the whole naked thing where you're standing in front of the mirror and looking at every single area that is not perfect. Again, not a real word. Okay. And see the flaws and appreciate them. That's your journey. That's your path. Why are you, being so hard on yourself about your past? Have you learned anything? Are you going to learn something? And do you appreciate who you are? And again, you didn't wake up this morning in a box or anyone praying over you. You woke up and then
Mm-hmm.
try to celebrate the moment. So
That's
let's
so
wrap
true.
it up, Teresa.
Okay, the conclusion of the matter is
Mm-hmm.
if you're holding your onto emotional baggage, you probably experience negative signs
Mm-hmm.
such as difficulty as forming healthy relationships and problems,
Mm-hmm.
handling conflict and distress.
Mm-hmm.
The emotional baggage can even take a toll on your physical and mental health.
Mm-hmm.
So, fortunately, letting go of all that emotional baggage,
Let it
it
go,
is
but let it go, let it go,
it's
like
possible.
Frozen. Let it go.
Once you recognize that
Yeah.
you're carrying emotional baggage, you can take steps to release it.
Mm-hmm.
Reaching out to supportive family and friends, practicing self-care, go a long way towards helping you to release that negative emotion. Like
You
Hillary
are
said,
worth it.
write it down. When you
Mm-hmm.
write it down, put it in a box, put it in a bottle, send it out to sea. Don't litter my beach though. Put it in the garbage. Don't litter my beach. Write it down, then take a match and put to it, and like, and as it's burning, I will not do this. There
Mm-hmm.
goes the bag, the baggage. There goes the pain. You know,
Mm-hmm.
get rid of it. When you
Yep.
do these things, physically do these things,
Mm-hmm.
and you feel like it's a mental drain on you when you physically do these things. Mental health, eh, it got me off all over the place. It just takes it away from you. It
Yes.
just takes it away from you.
Mm-hmm.
Just release it from yourself.
Release it. Release it. And remember, that person has now given you their baggage, right?
Mm.
And that's what you're carrying. You're carrying their baggage, and you've made it yours, and you're holding on to it. It's time to let it go.
Too
Release.
much.
Let it
The
go.
load.
And
Release
therapy
the
is a
load.
beautiful thing, people. It works, okay? And it works when you allow it to work. Because people will go, therapy didn't work for me. Well, you weren't there for therapy. You were there to say what wasn't going to work. Okay? So you
You already
have to
went in
do the
there for
work.
mindset.
Yep. And therapy is work because you have to now rebuild your mentality of what you think you're worth. You got to also recreate who you are, meaning you got to now see who you are and appreciate it,
Mm.
allow yourself the accountability, and say to yourself, that's what happened to me and that's what I experienced, but this is not who I am. Let me tell you who I am. Show the world who you are by starting with you. You are your own world. Start with you, and everybody else around you will feel it, see it, and have that energy burst that we have
That
when
is
we're.
so true.
Yeah, you might hear. You ever see a person you're like, how that happened? And you're like, oh, how that? Because that person has an amazing energy that when they walk in a room, I have a friend named Asha. She's my mentor as well as a good friend, and I'll tell you this. I always said to her when she walked in the room that time, where I was going through a really hard time in my life, she walked in the room and her energy burst in the room like this big giant star, and I was like, man, look how that girl eating that apple. I want to eat an apple just like that. And it wasn't the apple. It's the way she was eating it with such confidence and grace at the same time and power. And it was like, wow, how do I do that? Now, when a person like that walk in the room, there's three things that could happen. One, you want to be like that. Two, you want to destroy it. And three, you don't want to appreciate it. You have to
Hmm.
determine what you are in that moment. Take it,
Hmm.
absorb it, learn from it, and maybe apply some of it to yourself and see how you can become better you. Right? So
Yes, you will overcome your emotional baggage
that's
there and
it.
have a
Yeah.
positive outlook on your future
Mm-hmm.
relationships.
That was a good talk, T. I really enjoy that.
Yes, it was. So, Hillary,
Yes.
what are you gonna do in the
I ain't tell
next
nobody.
couple of hours? What you gonna eat?
Oh, what I'm gonna eat? I was just gonna tell me what I'm gonna do for my birthday. I was like, I'm gonna tell nobody
The
nothing. Nobody's showing up
the
nowhere.
first day I do for my birthday.
Mm-hmm. My hair keeps slipping down. Sorry, people. It's not that I'm trying to be
That's
all vain.
fine.
It just keeps slipping
For
down.
the first day I do for my birthday, I wake
Mm-hmm.
early. I
Mm.
give thanks. I pack my bag with bathing suit, towel, change of clothing.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I have
Wait. We
my
have plans for
lunch.
your birthday. Don't be tripping out on me now. We're not saying what it is, but you better be packing for someplace else.
Mm, exactly.
Okay.
But wait, wherever I wake up, something to eat, towel, bathing suit,
Mm-hmm.
sun hat,
Mm-hmm. Definitely a
change
sun
of
hat.
clothing, and I'm
You're
gone.
gone.
that
We gonna
that is
enjoy
how
our
my
50s,
birthday
girl. We're gonna
starts.
enjoy the 50th. We're
I
enjoying
close the
this.
year of the beach and I open the year of the beach.
I
I
wish
have
I
a
could open the
friend
air with a
here.
beach, but
Don't worry.
once let me get myself healed
We
first.
can
And next
create for you.
2023 will be the year of health and wealth and everything else.
You can create your own beach there.
Oh, let me tell you something.
You got
My beach is in
some
my head.
sand
My
and some
beach is in my
shells.
head. It's in there. It's in there. It's not coming out. But I'll tell you this. I am appreciative of where I am in life, and my
Mhm.
mom, my biological mom, never got to see this age. She never got to see it. She died early, and one thing that I learned from her and my grandmother is about thinking about everybody first than yourself. They were so focused on loving everybody and thinking about what everybody needed. They didn't think about what they required for themselves. And so they're my biggest lessons about self love and self worth and about appreciating of where you are and accept and saying
Mm-hmm.
no. I could say no real easy, right, Teresa? Hillary says no real quick. Nope. You know, if I see I'm
It
going to
depends on the
lose,
depends on the situation. It doesn't come out nope.
it's a no. I'm sorry. I love you and all, but not today. Not today, please. So,
Mm-hmm.
in saying that, I want to say Merry Christmas to everybody out there in YouTube land. Happy Merry Christmas Eve. Merry Christmas. And we
Merry
will,
Christmas Eve and Merry Christmas from me and Barbados
yeah.
as well.
I love Christmas in Barbados. It's so good.
Okay, you can smell the great cake and you can
I
smell,
know.
oh gosh, the oven.
Girl, you guys do it. You guys do it big though down there, man. Like
In terms of the food,
North
yep.
America think they do it big. Christmas. We're going to have a little bit of
Mm-mm.
time about whatever. Listen, they do
A
it
lot.
big in Barbados for Christmas. They change out everything. New furniture, no, new
Don't worry,
paint.
the new furniture get changed out after the
Yep,
12 days of
yep.
Christmas too.
And then you can't sit in it. Where you going? You're not sitting in that chair, you know. And then they paint their houses and everything. Like everything get done. Like there's food like a
Everything
party
is
almost every
new.
weekend. I know why Rudy down there. He down there because he know it starts from now. He knows. He knows. He's not silly. He went down to the first week of December. He's still down there. So let
Mm-hmm.
me tell you something. Rudy, I know you had a good time. You're probably back now, and wherever you're from, you're probably back in the U.S. or wherever you're from, and you probably had a good time in Barbados. But you better show up July 28th of 2023
2028.
because we
Yep.
advertising
You
you.
better come
You
out.
said you're going to be on the show. I don't know if Victor's going to be on the show or not too, but we really want you to. Everyone is talking
We
about
have some interesting people that we send some emails out to. I'm hoping that they respond and we
yeah.
can get them to it. If you want to pass by and drop in, closer to
Hmm.
the date we announce our location.
Exactly.
And once you're in the area,
Well,
just drop in,
we're
say
gonna announce the
start.
location after the show is done, girl. Oh, we've learned from the past. We learned some people.
Oh god.
But
Oh
I'll tell you this:
yeah.
is that those two, like we during they came on at the end of the season, and we got a lot of people that really like them in the chat. They like when they come in and they stir trouble and talk their nonsense or whatever.
Mm,
But it keeps the show going, and they do challenge us sometimes. But sometimes they also drop really good information. So, you know. They're there as our entertainment, but at the end of the day, they're there because they're supporting us, and we really appreciate
mhm,
that. So, again, thank you,
mhm.
everyone. Merry Christmas, Feliz Navidad.
And Happy New Year.
Yes, Feliz cumpleaños to me.
En- en- Enjoy your birthday.
I am. What is that white thing in front of you?
Oh,
They look
the
right.
balls for
Okay.
I have the balls, I don't have the tree
I
yet.
was wondering. I was like, what's going on,
Can
girl?
you see them now?
I can see them.
Oh, there you can see them now. They're not fading in the background.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
right. All right,
these are two
everyone, we can
balls that
get out
have
of
to go in
here.
the tree.
We hope you enjoy your Christmas. We are going to enjoy it tomorrow morning. It will be Christmas Day.
Hmm.
All right, I know she's gonna be eating up that yam, but anyhow. Merry Christmas, Teresa.
Thank you, all of our viewers for throughout the year
Thank
for
you so
supporting
much. We
us.
really thank you for. I appreciate you. Thank you, thank you, thank you,
Hmm.
thank you. You guys are amazing, and we hope to see you
If
next season.
if you forgot to
We
mention
got
your
two more
name,
shows.
it
We actually
wasn't for
have
us as
we
well.
got two more shows left. I think for this month. I think we got one or two more shows left, but we're gonna do a New Year's show
We
for
have
sure.
two left, yes.
Yeah, we're
We
gonna
have
do a
two
New
left.
Year's show for sure, but that will be the end of the season. We'll have new season coming up in January, and we hope that you join us there.
Season 2, episode
And that's
1.
2023. We're celebrating all the way down to July. Okay, because July we're gonna
Hmm.
be in Barbados, and we're gonna
There
finally
you go.
be face to face on the same screen.
Imagine that.
What?
Imagine that.
Girl,
Oh
I tell
gosh.
you, God is good.
That'll
Anyways,
be
thank you,
that'll be
technology.
exciting. That'll be
Yes.
exciting.
All right. All right, Teresa.
Okay.
Hillary in Ontario,
From me
Canada. It's
here in the
Christmas
beautiful
Eve going to
island of
Christmas.
Barbados.
Yep. Here we go.
We're saying the same thing.
At the same time. I know. It's crazy. All right. Bye.
Okay then. Bye bye. Merry
Okay.
Christmas to all.
Merry Christmas, everybody. Feliz Navidad.
It's that stack, taking big swings, put your hand to the bat. Put me me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag. Cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light. Ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel. I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real. But how's it supposed to feel?